Are you ready to learn more about the utter perfection of the Quran? Last year we delved into this masterpiece and learned that, shockingly, men living in the desert over 1300 years ago really didn't know what they were talking about. And then I was showered with love and tolerance from the religion of peace. Can you feel the love, people? I sure can. But if you thought those were the only unscientific verses in this book, oh, you could not be more wrong. In this video, we'll be looking at even more unscientific Quran verses. Number 1. Rain. People always complain about weathermen being unreliable, but they're a massive improvement compared to the Quran. According to verse 43:11, rain is caused not by that ridiculous water cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. Nope, it's all because of Allah. And I guess when it snows, that's Allah's dandruff. This seems to be a common trend throughout the Quran. Whenever there is something they couldn't comprehend, they'd say God did it. Number 2. The sky. According to several verses in the Quran, the sky is a ceiling. Some translations call it a canopy, a tent, or dome, but point being, they all describe it as being some kind of solid covering. What are the odds that people who wrote a book far before the invention of space travel wouldn't really comprehend how the atmosphere works? Now, some people may argue that the sky being a ceiling is simply a metaphor, but further on, the Quran also claims that the sky can be stripped away. It's hard to believe the Quran is being metaphorical when they continue to imply the sky is literally a covering. Number 3. Human lifespan. The story of Noah's Ark isn't only in the Bible, it's part of the Quran too. But did you know that apparently Noah lived to be 950 years old? I call bullshit. The oldest recorded person lived to be 122 years old and died in 1997. Yet a man born thousands of years before modern medical knowledge could live nearly 8 times that long? Not to mention that one recent study found that the maximum human lifespan may have already been reached. So again, I call bullshit. Number 4. Horses. According to verse 16:8, Allah made horses for transportation. However, what they fail to mention is that the very first horses could not be ridden. It was not until they were tamed about 5,000 to 6,000 years ago that humans began riding them. But before then, horses were mainly hunted for food. In short, Allah didn't make horses for us to ride, we did. And even today, some horses like the Brumby and Przewalski's horse are not tame. So Allah, don't take credit for things you didn't do. Number 5. Origin of man. Now, we've understood for quite a while now that humans evolved from ape-like ancestors. So, with the Quran being a perfect book, it must have numerous verses documenting this evolution. Right? Nope. Instead, we get verse after verse about humans being made from clay. It's science, I tell ya. It's the word of Allah. The holy book. The holy book. Duh! But wait a minute, if we all came from clay, why is there still clay? Number 6. Male and female. According to multiple verses, Allah created everything in pairs, meaning male and female. Well, while this may be true for many organisms, it's not true for all of them. For example, some species of whiptail lizards are all female. Other organisms like bacteria are asexual. And some organisms out there have more than 2 sexes. I guess Allah forgot about a few of his creations. And finally, number 7. Ants. Well everyone, it turns out that the Quran is the original Bug's Life. In chapter 27, a man named Solomon comes upon a valley of ants, and one ant says,
"O nation of ants, go into your dwellings because Sulaiman is coming with his army. He'll probably trample over you without even knowing what has happened." You know, it amazes me. I have sat and watched ants very, very carefully.
Do I even have to refute this one? Ants cannot communicate through speech. They cannot speak any human languages, nor can they comprehend them. But some people are so committed to this ancient book that they will try desperately to rationalize this fairy tale. Quran miracle, talking ants, scientific discovery in 2009, proof that Quran is from God. So, the video is of this news story about how ants communicate by vibrating their abdomen.
Look at the back end of the ant, that's the abdomen moving up and down, vibrating. That's how ants make noise, that's how they, I suppose, talk to each other.
And this proves ants can talk how? There is a massive difference between ants making chirping noises and using complex human language. The news report even says that ants cannot talk like we do.
Now, no one is saying these little creatures talk like they do in the movies.
So sorry, but this is far from proving your fairy tale is real. If you believe that A Bug's Life is a true story, you are insane. But if you believe that the ants in the Quran really could talk, you're just a Muslim. In conclusion, as amusing as this book was to read, I'm going to have to give it an F. While the Quran may have been groundbreaking for its time, in the 21st century it's quite clear a book with clay humans talking ants and millennium-old men is scientifically bankrupt. Hello everyone, this video was made possible thanks to donations from these awesome people. If you too would like to help support my content, click here to visit my Patreon. And if you want to learn more about the Quran, click either video on the right side of the screen. Thanks for watching.